you and I are going to launch a tactical backpack brand on Amazon, and we can see, like, can we even make money selling on Amazon with a product like this? And if you're launching products, new products, or it's your first time, this will be highly applicable because you'll be able to avoid failures way before they happen. Way before. Most products should actually fail on paper before the seller orders a single unit of them. So save yourself tens of thousands of dollars by applying this methodology before you even invest in inventory. You'll know if a product's going to succeed or not way before you buy your first unit. I see way too many sellers investing in inventory, then trying to figure out how they're going to sell the stuff, and it just doesn't work like that. You can model this stuff out way before. So we're going to break down some of the numbers in a fun way, and just see, right? So in this hypothetical backpack brand, I think we have to go a little bit more premium, and also for to make the numbers easy. So I'm going to say that we're going to sell a backpack for $100, right? Which is somewhat unusual. I think we have some company, closer to the $100 mark. There's a 119, 169. But so it's not unheard of, but for the most part, our competition is going to be 35 to $45. But let's just say, for the sake of the example, for every unit that we sell, we make $100 in top line rev. You know what's crazy? This is the number, this top line revenue number. This is the number that gets celebrated, but it's actually the least important number in this whole thing. Like, people say, "Oh, I have a six-figure Amazon business. I make seven, I make eight figures," but that's revenue. You can't pay the mortgage with revenue. You can't put food on the table with revenue. And these days, after Amazon fees, cost of advertising, cost of shipping, cost of goods, with inflation now, like, it's really tricky to make a significant profit on Amazon without doing an exercise like this, right? So I'll say, $100 in top line rev, sure, but wait until you see how much we actually have left over, and this is like a fairly realistic model. Okay. Um, so yeah, so say we sell it for 100. So every time we sell one, we make $100 in top line rev. Fair enough. Okay. Minus $15 in Amazon referral fees. Um, that's going to happen to everybody regardless. It's just the cost of doing business on the platform. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Walmart, whichever of these platforms you sell on, you're going to get charged to sell on the platform. The only way to get rid of these fees is to sell on first party independent e-commerce, but then there's no built-in buyers. So this is pretty much 15% of the top line rev, for accessing Amazon's pool of buyers that they have been developing on the platform since 1999 or whatever, whenever that was. 97 maybe. Another $15, I will say, in Amazon FBA fees. Now, this is not a percentage like the referral fees is 15%. This is not a percentage. This will depend on the size, weight, dimensions of the product, but a conservative estimate, say, and one that I've seen a lot, is around 15%. So we can say 15% here as well. I'll say, generally that a product like this, it's a little bit bigger, like it's a little bit bigger in volume. It's not terribly heavy, and maybe we can work it out with the manufacturer where it can be really quite compressed so that we don't actually have to take up a lot of volume as we ship these products. So, but yeah, certainly your typical Amazon FBA private label product, small, light, shippable, fits in a shoebox. No crazy electronics, no crazy FDA regulations, no crazy packaging. We could probably get away with estimating 15%. After this, if you, for your particular product, just Google Amazon FBA revenue calculator, and you'll be able to see the exact cost for your exact product that you're thinking of selling. Or if you haven't launched a product yet, you can enter the ASIN of a comparable competitive product and get an estimate on what the costs are. But for the sake of simplicity and for the example, let's just say 15. So we're feeling pretty good so far, right? We made $100 in top line rev, and we're only down $30. We make a $70 profit on this, right? 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 No, not yet. Not even close, right? So we have cost of goods, I would say, and specifically, let's go landed COGS. Okay. And I'll explain the COGS. COGS is cost of goods sold. It basically is the raw materials of the backpack. Each bit of the sewing, the stitching, the buckles, the zippers, the zip ties, the elastics, whatever's in whatever materials, and also the cost of labor from our manufacturer to assemble that all together in the backpack. And then the landed part means how much does it cost us to get the product to where it ultimately needs to go. So in our case, how much does it cost to, say maybe get the materials and manufacture it in the US or China or Vietnam or wherever it's made, and also get it shipped over to Amazon FBA fulfillment centers to use the Amazon FBA program. Assuming that we're using Amazon FBA, which we should, it increases sales 20 to 30% higher than FBM, is for what we've seen. We spend about 13 million bucks a year on Amazon ads across hundreds of niches. So that's just been my experience. Speaking of Amazon ads, we have another important cost, but we'll get to that in a second. So we make here 45 bucks, right? We're still feeling pretty good. We're like, hey, um, you know, we make $100 of top line rev. It costs us 25 bucks to make it. We're out another 30 bucks on the Amazon fees, but we're making $45 here. But no, not actually, unless we just have a way of randomly making sales on Amazon. If Unless we have a way of people just randomly discovering us on Amazon despite the, you know, thousands of competitive products, right? There's 983 black tactical backpack entries, like products that index for this keyword. And if we go slightly to the wider niche, I bet there's going to be 2,000 ish, right? So there's 2,000 tactical backpacks on Amazon. How do we make sure that people find our thing, especially if it's a new product with no reviews, no sales history? How are we going to get discovered? We basically have to run ads. We don't have to run ads, but we need some sort of like customer acquisition mechanism. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Whether that's an email list or a Facebook group or a strong Instagram presence or Amazon ads, Facebook ads, whatever. If you sell a product on Amazon, it kind of does make sense to run Amazon ads because it's the least friction possible. You're not running an Instagram ad and trying to convince them to leave social media and go to Amazon and make a purchase. You're just saying, hey, if you're already shopping on Amazon, here's our tactical backpack. It's cool. It's got all these cool benefits. Do you want to buy it? So Amazon ads are, if you sell a product on Amazon, it's good. It's a good move. It's recommended. And let's say that the Amazon ads cost us another 20 bucks, right? Um, so in other words, and this is what we'd call a 20% ACOS in Amazon ad terms. So like, it costs us 20 bucks to advertise it, and we get 100 bucks back in revenue, which is awesome. So this is a very good trade, very healthy, in fact, and indeed it is profitable, right? So I got my little thing here just for the it's a little late at night and I studied English in college. So here we go. Okay, yeah. So we may as I could have told you without any sort of computer assistance whatsoever, we make a $25 profit. Okay. And profit is so good it gets the dark green. So that is awesome. But I want to show you a scenario where, my goodness, running ads is really the difference between making money and losing money here, right? Because all these other, I guess, scenarios are somewhat fixed. We can't really change our cogs that much unless we want to cheap out or change suppliers, but you can only reduce costs so much. We can't, it's still a pretty decent price point. We can't really increase that too much without, falling off competitively. And Amazon fees are fixed. So really, one of the only things we can change is how much it costs us to acquire a customer. So let me give you another scenario really quickly where, you know, we have 100 bucks in top line rev, same as before, because that's our price point. We are charged the Amazon fees, our cogs stay the same. But what if we had a 50% instead? Right? Think we're minus, what is that, minus 25? Minus 25 minus the 50. Yeah, so we actually lose, we went from making $25 to losing $5, right? All because of one change to the ads, right? So our ACOS, it more than doubled, and that resulted in us taking a $5 loss for every unit. And I will say, if we lose money, or even if we break even, we don't have money to then go reorder inventory, let alone pay ourselves. That's a serious problem, right? At least here we have enough money to reorder inventory. At break even or loss, we would literally just be putting more money back into the business with no payout whatsoever, right? So this is a bad scenario. But it doesn't quite end there because of the way that Amazon works. Amazon is an algorithm based platform like YouTube or Instagram, or pick your favorite social media site, and you'll realize that that social media site has basically they have so much content on there that no human who works at that company, at Instagram or YouTube or Amazon, could possibly decide manually what products to show somebody first. And so they have to design a computer system to rank different things and give people the best possible results. In YouTube's case, they're going to design a computer decision making tree to show people the videos that people watch the most for the longest, and they engage with the most, right? So it's maybe on YouTube it's watch time and likes and stuff, maybe on Instagram it's engagement, maybe it's um, comments and likes and stuff like that. And on Amazon, what do you think it is? Well, it's sales, because that's the intent of the platform largely, right? So Amazon wants to put in front of people products that are selling more at higher relative rates than their competitors. Specifically, Amazon has a ranking for every single keyword. So Amazon has a constantly dynamically changing list of tactical backpacks to show people when someone searches tactical backpack. And similarly, you know, oh, no, nope. Black tactical backpack, they have a different set of, they have a first organic ranking here. Those are ads, but this is the first organic ranking from Rebo, and then Samurai Tactical, etc., right? So Amazon did not use a human to create this, top charts ranking. They used a series of computer-based, rule-based decisions, i.e., an algorithm. That's all it is. An algorithm is just a set of decisions made by a computer. So basically, there's no way, like, we have to advertise, we have to have this cost here, because there's no way that Amazon's algorithm is going to allow us to just randomly make randomly do this uh, and make $45 in profit, without any prior sales history or whatever. So we have to run ads. Now I'm going to show you the last, and it's a little bit more of a nuanced case, right? But what if, just hypothetically, we ran ads and we did want intentionally a 50% ACOS, right? What if we did want to do that? And you might be wondering, okay, why on earth would we lose $5 with every unit? Why on earth would we want to do that? It's because of this one thing. So, because, say, and again, we'll keep the numbers really simple. Say that for every unit that we sold through advertising, that sent a signal to Amazon's ranking algorithm to say, hey, you should show this tactical backpack a little bit further up the page when somebody searches for tactical backpack, because they're getting advertising sales whenever somebody searches for, black tactical backpack, for example. And so our organic ranking starts to creep up, and we go from, being hidden on page 5 to maybe being on the bottom of page 1 eventually, if we get enough ad sales, even if it's at 50% ACOS. And then eventually what happens is that maybe for every sale that we get through ads, we actually get another one organically. So this is how the formula changes, right? So say instead of $100 in top line revenue, we actually now get $200 in top line rev, which is awesome. Uh, because it's physical products, all of our costs double as well, because we sold 2 units instead of one, right? So our landed cog is going to double, this, that, and the other. But hey, guess what? Our ads did not, in fact, get um, get any more expensive. We still ran ads to get that one sale at $100, but because our organic ranking kicked in, we actually have that second sale now. So how much actual profit did we make minus the 60, minus another 50, minus another 50? So we made, 40 bucks in profit back, right? So check out these three scenarios. This is just ads in a vacuum with a low ACOS, and we made money there, right? Great result. But this always isn't doable, especially if a market is really competitive or especially if the product is just getting off its feet, because you've got to run a lot of different ads to find what's working. And some of that experimentation is going to inflate the ACOS. So on new products, we typically see, a 30 to 50% ACOS is not out of the question, certainly not. Right. But say this was all dialed in and, we could make money this way. Right. Which is awesome. Uh, if we just run ads and we have zero organic sales for whatever reason, we lose money. So that can't happen. But if we specifically target keywords that we know that we want to rank on the first page for, okay, we would have the ads in isolation would lose money, but that's not realistically what happens on Amazon. What happens on Amazon is your keyword ranking increases over time, and then you get organic sales to then supplement your ad sales. And so that is what is going to drive profit in there. So this is how you could achieve a uh, a 50% ACOS, which on its face looks bad, but actually we still made money. And some campaign structures that accomplish this, like for example, there's no rule that says that you can't have an Amazon ads campaign with just one keyword in it. That's something we do all the time for the companies that we work with. Like we basically have a sponsored products manual campaign with just one term in it that we know that we absolutely have to own that term. So black tactical backpack, it would be a highly relevant and moderately, high traffic term, but it doesn't have to be super high traffic. We just make sure that we win that, even if the ACOS is at 50%, because we know that those organic sales are going to come in. And you can use an online rank tracker. There's tons of them. You probably have some of the tools already to measure what your keyword ranking is for a specific term on Amazon. And that is pretty much the tool set that you need to do that. And this accomplishes two things, because not only are you making a profit, but you're also growing the top line. You're getting more transactions, which means more reviews come in. This is just more aggressive. You can run it either of these two ways. I've seen both of these work. Like you can run ads in isolation where each advertising effort has to be profitable, or you could play the ranking game and go here and but if you do this, I would just recommend targeting really specific keywords, a basket of 5 to 10 keywords that you're tracking their ranking every day, and you have campaigns specifically dedicated to driving ranking for those, right? And that's how that's going to work. I wrote a free book. I will drop it in the comments of this video with an entire ads framework on how to scale up one of these businesses profitably. That's the most important thing. I will see you on the other side, and have a great day.